Kelly Slater up and running with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the last of Kelly Slater, a 9-2-3. And he goes to first.
Let's surf. All right.
What's amazing is him actually even being relevant and being able to compete. He only won a couple years ago.
Kelly Slater has just won his 8th Billabong Pro Pipeline.
I committed my life to this, you know, all the heartbreak, but I just savor this, and this is the best one in my life.
I mean, Kelly's such a freak, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that he's mixing it up and winning events is insane.
Even just getting out of bed and competing with these young guys is a big deal. Like, that's a major accomplishment to be able to compete at a high level physically as a 52-year-old.
He's been on this tour for longer than anybody. It's a miracle that he's still here. It's not normal.
The GOAT, Kelly Slater. Slater's looking interested in backdoor. And here he goes. Slater stretching out. Big cabin through backdoor second section. No problem for Kelly Slater. Oh, beautiful carve. And finishes off there. So put Kelly Slater's card in the game. And we're going to look for that score from Slater. Your initial thoughts, Ross? And here's Kelly's backdoor opener.
Drainer. I mean, that's just a drainer. Look how shallow the reef is right there. It's just a couple feet deep underneath him. So it's going to be a great start for Kelly. Like, excellent score, Kaipo. So the GOAT he's on the trail.
Yeah, this is an 8-point ride for the opener for Kelly Slater.
A lot of that was due to, you know, how square that wave was. It was a shallow, throaty barrel at backdoor. But Kelly behind the A-frame right here, bottom turning straight into it, super deep, Kaipo. So a quick barrel, but really deep.
Kelly goes backdoor and comes through that section, no problem. Beautifully ridden, Kelly Slater.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting there. He was take a good look at Luca, making sure that he could split the peak. He knew Luca was committed to going left, and he quickly backdoored that section on the right.
Like you said, and that long road is time-consuming. Slater, backdoor, big section, and room to move. Kelly Slater comes out of that one. And that is going to be really, really dark for Jake Marsh. Slater, backdoor, big section, and room to move. Kelly Slater comes out of that one. And that is going to be...
Let's walk through this wave. This might be the best wave of the heat. One big pump sitting on the foam ball. Wow, beautifully ridden. That's going to be a really good score. I think he's going to be knocking the door for the second half of this heat against Barron. So with Barron having priority, this is about to get really exciting.
Look at that wall. I mean, not a drop of water out of place. He does a little kind of kick out at the end. It's very subtle, but you can tell Slater means business right now. Not taking Barron Mamiya lightly at all.
Oh yeah, Chris Cote. You could tell he liked that one. Came out right here. There's a big wraparound cutback. Signature Kelly Slater. He really kind of put this move into play out here at Pipeline, coming all the way back around. Once upon a time, he would have wrapped that nose back up 12 o'clock. Kelly Slater up and riding, Chris Cote.
Love that, just bulldozing his way through the lineup, straight into the barrel, and the perfect exit. This is not a replay. This is not a highlight package. This is what Kelly Slater does wave after wave after wave. One of those surfers that, I mean, if that was a silhouette and you didn't see barely anything, you would know it's Kelly Slater. There's no surfer like it. That's exactly what the judges want to see. They want to doubt you. Here we go. Kelly Slater looking for a 7-1-8. The GOAT doing GOAT things. Blasting through.
Well, that's what you call the greatest surfer of all time.
Oh my goodness. G-O-A-T, baby. Wow. That's what we call, you know what we call that? We call that the bingo, bango, pico, mango.
Oh my goodness.
There's his family.
If you don't have chills watching this right now, turn the channel.
I mean, I think Barron not pulling that air rotator at the end kind of really left the door wide open. And if there's any possibility, 9.9 with 2 minutes left in Kelly's court, I mean, you're giving him the option to win. And that's what happened. The GOAT sealed the deal. Scores aren't in yet, but I mean,
Yeah, I was
by
gonna
the
say,
looks of it.
every wave that Kelly's ridden so far has been huge.
And turning and burning, Chris. I mean, he wasn't out there for more than 2 seconds, turned around and caught this wave. Literally just got back in the lineup. So the consistency today is crazy.
Both surfers right back into it. Kelly Slater again, reveling in the glory that is Pipeline. Almost gives us the roundhouse reverse carving 360.
That was cool. He almost had that.
Kind of feeling for a surf event, but today fans are out in full force and Kelly Slater's giving them their money's worth and more.
Frothy wave for Kelly, but I was actually really interested to see how his board would behave on this right, because it had all the white water on the bottom turn, and it had a couple bumps in it. Kelly's riding 4 fins. You know, he's got a quad out there, and sometimes quads, when you pivot them, they can slide, but that one tracked well. So Kelly, you know, he loves his fins. He loves his different setups. And I believe the quad he's riding, yeah, because he just, he's an emotional surfer too. I think he rides a lot on emotion and momentum and just what everything means to him. So you're right. If he gets a lot of momentum, I think he'll carry it through.
And Kelly Slater having a look, goes backdoor, sets it up perfectly, rides through. The crowd goes wild. And that is something that we are so thankful for.
And one of the great indicators of a really good barrel is how long you come out after the spit. And Kelly came out hours after the spit, it felt like. Look at that thing. He just came out way after. So, Rosie, what does that mean? I mean, he must have been way behind the foam ball.
Way behind the foam ball. It just shows that he just was in complete control. Like you said, Ross, there's the spit and there comes Kelly. So disappears from view, travels for a long time through that section.
I love this in slow-mo. Break it down for us, Ross.
You know, you got to give some credit to Kelly's equipment, too. He's got a quad. There's not many guys in this entire event that rode 4 fins, and that really allows you to skim over that foam. It allows you to go just a touch faster.
Wave completely. So he's still in with a chance because he's only lost half a score, and sometimes you see guys get through on these non-priority interferences.
Thanks, Rich. We'll catch back up later. It's Kelly Slater just threading a backdoor barrel. So Slater now got the technicality, the interference on Miguel Pupo. I'm sure it was on purpose, but now he's going to really capitalize on that position, Ross. I'm waiting for a good score.
Incredible.
Follow the light, just thrusting through this one. So many chandeliers coming at him, and such a different tail from the last few waves that we've seen him on, Ross.
Well, it was the first wave that, you know, it was kind of the coast was clear. It was like, just don't make a mistake and you're coming through it. He was deep, so it was definitely a committed effort, and he went through 2 sections, so it wasn't, you know, a very simple ride, but Kelly definitely knew he was making out of that thing. And it stayed open. That's the biggest thing. You know, we've had a lot of these waves fill up with chandeliers and foam balls and all this messy stuff, and that one stayed open just enough for that 4-fin board to just zip right through. So Kelly, the first blow in this heat, the first real punch landed.
You know, if there was a reasonable doubt on this wave, and I think the judges will identify that, just like every fan out there watching. Halfway through that wave, it was kind of a little sigh. Oh, man.
Kelly's definitely a magician, and it also could be a little bit of defense, because if Kelly's 10 feet over, you don't want to just give the king a 10-point ride.
Well, we could see that right now. Kelly Slater driving super deep behind another chandelier. He comes out. Wow. Leave it to the GOAT. Kelly Slater from a dungeon straight into the penthouse. That right there was a masterful read of an extremely difficult wave. This was a wild ride. I love that fade left, straight to backdoor. What a read.
There's just no hesitation on what waves he's looking for out there and how he's going to enter that barrel. The way that he kind of takes his time on that bottom turn, because that was more of an A-frame. It didn't really have that kind of length on it. It had a bit of a shoulder, so well read here, Ross.
Yeah, and even this right is pretty bumpy. Kelly actually gets airborne when he gets out of the barrel. Watch right here, right on the other angle, you can see he actually gets out of, his fins get out of the water. I mean, he's trying to just take advantage of whatever the lineup throws at him.
Slater looked like he was fading left, cuts right. It comes out clean. Wow. So just being relentless in the lineup. Kelly Slater, we were slightly worried about a 1.77, but there was plenty of time to go. We'll continue to do that, but during that brief message, we saw Kelly Slater yet again weaving through a wild ride at backdoor. Crowd goes wild.
Wow. Well,
It's
Kelly found a proper goat track right here, and he is the goat for a reason, but look how clean it is. Look at that face. It's actually kind of glassy. So again, this is a smaller wave that Kelly does what Kelly does. You know, he identified this thing doubling up on the reef, and it's going to be, in my eyes, better than a 7. On a proper goat track right here, and he is the goat for a reason, but look how clean it is. Look at that face. It's actually kind of glassy. So again, this is a smaller wave that Kelly does what Kelly does. You know, he identified this thing doubling up on the reef, and it's going to be, in my eyes, better than a 7.
It does feel like we're seeing kind of a reinvigorated and fully focused Kelly Slater. And he's at it again. Late drop, straight into the pit. He's coming out. That could be a 10.
That
had all the excitement, all the drama we wanted to see. Super late drop.
It's better than a 9.
Incredibly technical.
That's better than the 9?
It's better than the 9. It was a crazy late drop. There was so much commitment for him to pull underneath that lip. You know, he almost got axed.
But really splitting hairs on which wave was better, I feel like.
Pay attention to the lip line in his head. Right there, he is forcing the issue, just getting underneath that. I mean, he got a haircut if he had any hair. And also was rewarded with a decently, long barrel there. He's genuinely happy right there.
Yeah.